probably the first time in a work environment with all of my colleagues around me that I'm going to say quite a lot of personal stuff about myself. But actually I think that's what today is about. Today is about this is me, this is us. I liked nothing better, I'm doing it in the past tense now because I wouldn't be able to do it these days, but I liked nothing better than to settle down with a really nice exponential probability density function. I have a love-hate relationship with the gym. I was there this morning, 5 o'clock I was up. And if I'm honest, I probably enjoy red wine a little more than I should. I love to cook. It's all Joe Wick's stuff at the moment, although I have to say, Delia is still the domestic goddess for me. I'm not terribly well travelled, as with many other parts of my life. When I like something, I tend to keep going back to it. I like to go to places where I know where the restaurants are, I know the local geography, I know the best places to go. It kind of just takes the hassle out of holidays for me. I'm not a natural born explorer. I like to describe it not so much as a rut, but as a groove. I'm also not much of a party animal. Right? I'm pretty famous amongst my friends. There's people who really know me. That I'll suggest that we have an all-nighter. And my all-nighters finish at 10:30. I need my sleep. I also love a bit of Disney. There's something about that kind of unrelenting positivity that I just love. I just think it's a fab place. And of course, I love a fireworks display as well. I mean, who doesn't? I love my job. It's a real privilege to be allowed to do it. I do suffer, I think we all do to an extent, with a bit of imposter syndrome. Like, how on earth did I get here? I mean, I'm surprised I've got it. My dad is probably even more surprised at what I'm allowed to do. And there's one more thing about me that I wanted to tell you today. I'm gay. I've been out for about 4 years now. That's when I really started to tell people a bit about kind of who I really was. Maybe that bit of me that I haven't fully acknowledged my whole life, that bit of me that I've been able to ignore for a long period of my life. But actually I'm really pleased now about where I am with that. A question for you though. Had I started my speech with that, would it have changed your view of me? Maybe it would have coloured everything I then said, good or bad, but coloured it nonetheless. There's a quote I came across recently from someone called Verna Myers, you might want to look her up, and it really struck a chord with me. And she says, biases are the stories we make up about people before we know who they are. And I think that's something that we all do. I guess one of the questions I would have is, what story would have made up about me had I started with my sexuality today? There are problem biases when they undermine the value you see in another person. We are so much more than one thing, one label. The reason I went through all of that was to give you a bit of a flavour of who I am. And being gay is only one part of something much bigger.